Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of OilTown here in City Skylines 2, where, oh my goodness me, do we have a little bit of, oh hello, game frame rate, thing crashing. Do we have traffic? Well, this is something that I never thought I would even see in this series at any given point right now, is actually having traffic in OilTown. Since we've had some kind of brilliant advancements is the best way to pull it in the island recently, with the fact that we now got actual personal pedestrian vehicles coming in, which is glorious. We've now got public transport leading in as well. We're actually starting to get a little bit of traffic. Now, today, we're going to continue the expansions. I want to build a brand new area of OilTown, which is what we got set up in the last episode. We are now starting to get quite a bit of cash coming in, so we're going to try and grow the areas a little bit more. But also, I want to heavily start investing now into education. It's one thing where we're struggling in. Now, because this series is based on the oil industry, we need a lot of high-paying oil-related jobs. Now, this is going to prove me wrong. Yes, I get it. I know some of the factories require high educational paying jobs. You can see here, 90 jobs need to be allocated to highly educated folks, and we do not have them. So we have a lot of open positions that are open, not because, you know, we haven't got enough people to work here. We just don't have enough people who are educated enough. We've got nearly 1,300 people need to be well educated and nearly 750 need to be highly educated. And education is a big issue in OilTown. Right now, we do have a elementary school over here, which is completely maxed out. Oh my goodness me. We've got behind it a city high school, which is almost maxed out as well. And that's as far as education currently goes. We're going to need a college and eventually a university. So before we get into it, boys, and before we start building up and implementing more things and sorting out this trash issue, I just want to say right now, if you are enjoying this series so far, please make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. Don't rely on the recommended tab. We're back in OilTown, boys, and we are about to grow it more than we've ever done before. Sit back, relax, grab some snacks, because this is going to be an interesting one. Now, I was complaining last episode about a trash issue, and for all you guys who correctly pointed out in the comment section of the last video, I did select this to unload, and I forgot to stop emptying it, which is why it's not picking up the trash. Right, you can all laugh at me in the comment section again and go, ha 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 ha, Seniac, we told you. I get it, okay? I get it. So hopefully now we should start seeing, yep, the trash truck's now coming out. Right, I don't want to talk about my blunders. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Now, my next one is, we had a lot of people wanting to use public transport, and we can tell that by the fact that we've got a lot of people right now queuing for the bus. And I believe it's mainly for the blue line, which the blue line is bus line 3. And this right now goes all the way down to our new area over here, which at the moment is just completely filled with commercial. So we're going to have to squeeze a few additional buses on this. So we're going to put this number up to, right, there we go. I've added 3 new buses to that line, but my next issue is going to be, do I have enough buses? Where's my bus depot? I can have up to 25 buses, so that should be more than enough. And that should now spawn out 3 brand new buses. They each can hold 80 passengers. And we'll see how we get on with that. So many garbage trucks right now are flooding out the city because we've got big issues that we need to solve. But let them do what they've got to do, okay? We'll let them do what they've got to do. Now, education. Let's talk about education right now before we do some expansions. So, when it comes to education, there we go. We have the capacity of elementary at 2,000 when we got nearly 4,000 people eligible, which is wild. We've got a lot more going on in high school that we do have capacity as well, which is crazy. College and university is something that we do need to sort out. But you can see by the education levels anyway, the majority of our population is poorly educated. So if we can give them that base level of education first and then build up to a college, that would be fantastic. Now, we do have these big schools around here, but they're obviously not enough for the area. So I think we're going to start with elementary schools to begin with. We're going to build a smaller elementary school over here somewhere for the smaller side of the population. And then we're going to build another one over here because obviously we're going to start adding some residential within this area. So let's see what we can kind of do here. Now, we've got 3 variations of elementary school, all with different levels of capacity. Now, a small one wouldn't be such... Oh, my goodness me. There are some serious frame rate issues in today's episode, isn't there, boys? I could start with a small elementary school. I can go straight up for this kind of... Which was the original elementary school, but we might kind of keep it a little bit simple. I might build this just here on this road. So I'm going to place you in. It's not too expensive. It does provide a few additional... what's the word I'm looking for? Can I not put this sideways? I want it to go sideways. But I don't think they're going to allow me to do it, are they? I don't want to stick it just there, which is going to be... Oh, I can put it there, which wouldn't be an issue. And it kind of goes behind the houses. That works in a weird way. Now, that's an extension wing, which adds an extra 100 student capacity. I can add a gymnasium, which is a separate building, which I'm not going to do, although I could add it there. What does it do? It adds additional attractiveness and well-being within the area. I'm not going to go down that road. So, awkward size building, but this adds an extra 5,000 student capacity and gives us 2 elementary schools. But obviously, we need a lot more than that. We do need a lot more. Now, we also need to get a college at some point. Now, a college is 750,000, which is very, very, very expensive, boys. But I'm going to go for my next city elementary school over here. Now, very important that we kind of bulk this all up. And we're going to go for it, I think, around the car park area, which is a good little kind of place. So placing that city-style kind of elementary school just there, around all these little leisure facilities, which is perfect for them. So the kids can kind of get some leisurely activities in on lunch break in the city. Or stay there and go into the courtyard playground. Now, I won't straight away put the extension on this. One, it'll be a little bit expensive at the moment, but I'll wait till the building kind of fully fills up. But as of right now, no one lives in this area, so the elementary school over here is completely out the way, unless they utilize public transport to kind of get over there. Now, have those brand new buses made their way over yet? I'm going to assume they have, with the fact that the line, the queue, has kind of gone down a little bit. You can see the amount of people now waiting. I'm going to assume it's gone down a bit. There is 233 people currently waiting here. So when's the next bus going to make its appearance? Hello? Bus? Oh, I see a bus on the way. Oh, it's an actual blue bus as well, which is what the majority of these people are waiting for. So wait for the bus to now come in. Here we go, boys. And the red bus is turned up as well. So that'll get a bunch of people off. A bunch of people will get on. The green bus is now turned up as well. And another blue bus is coming in as well. So that's dramatically eaten into the amount of passengers now waiting. So we're getting more movement on the go. Now, it's not just here that we have the capacity issues. There was over here as well. Where was it? A bit further up. A lot of people waiting here. What's that bus doing? That bus is doing some very questionable things. Look at the amount of people waiting at this bus stop right now. So now the backlog of people have gone there. The bus is now coming in. Should be able to pick some people up here. Now I'm thinking we might need to add an additional bus stop in. Right. Where's the bus stops? Bus stop, shelter. Here. And then just readjust the green one to stop there instead. So it kind of then, we staggered the bus stops. So the red and the blue still go there, but the green buses are stopping here, so the blue ones can still overtake it. So we're basically loading and unloading 2 at a time. You know what I mean? That happens in real life. It does happen in real life. I might get the red buses to go there. Right, I'm going to put the same over here and then move the green down. Happens in real life. You get like the same road with like multiple bus shelters and each bus stops at a different section. And that'll just kind of eat through it. And we can obviously see a little bit better of the demand where them buses are actually going. Now, nuts. Oh, and you got power issues. Right, we got to sort those power issues out in just a second. Now, this elementary school is already pretty much filled up. So we're going to add the extension on, which what that means is more people are going to use our public transport because they've got to get to a new destination, a new area. Right, these wind turbines are taking a little bit of a battering right now, aren't they? Now, I could build a small coal plant, but it does mean I'm using coal and I have to then start importing it. Now, the coal plant can produce up to 20 megawatts. We are currently consuming 45. So at this moment in time, I think I'm just going to stick to the wind turbines. So if I add in 2 more, just there. They're not ideal, but once I can switch them over to oil power ones, which I believe it falls under. Somebody said, even though it says a gas power plant, it uses oil, which is what gas comes from, right? I think so. It's 650,000, so that's a little bit out of reach at the moment. Oh, is that not touching? Okay, I've got this in here, which is not touching. So let me redo that. No, still no? What's going on with this? Right, we'll connect it to there instead. There we go. So we've got a little bit extra power right now, which should technically see us through. Right, we're still waiting for all the garbage trucks to kind of unload all the, or load the trash up, I should say, from all these buildings around. Elementary school right now has got a lot of capacity. So, are we at now capacity for elementary schools? I mean, we're now got more capacity than actual eligible students, which is amazing. So let's keep it like that. So next then, we're going to look towards sorting out some high schools. Now again, I'm going to do the city high school yet again. I'm going to put that just here on the other side of this car park. Why did that not build then? What happened? What happened, boys? Overlapping objects? What's it overlapping? Is there something there that's kind of in the way? What's in the way? Like, seriously, what's in the way? Wait, how is the entry point to that park in the way of that building? Right, this is where anarchy comes in, guys. Okay. I don't know what was going on there, but we've now managed to squeeze that in. Now, this is the same issue we've got as the elementary school right now. There's no residents in this area, so anybody over there has to travel all the way up, which makes that bus line even more busier. It really does. Now, let's just see what happens with this before we add anything else to it. I'm going to try and bulk it all up a little bit more. So, right, the bus station, depot, stop, you whatever you call it, has now died down. There's not that many people waiting there, which is great, which means the buses aren't leaving there full, which means that these stops now are not going to be overloaded. Perfect. Right, that's exactly what we want to see. But, with all the passengers being moved over here right now, where's the bus stops over here? There is one... there, one there and one there. Are these now getting overloaded? Not too many people there, and what about over here real quick? In the shadows, not too many people over here. So people get off, and people are now getting on. Right, okay, so that then, wouldn't say it solved my education. We still need a college. We 100% still need a college, but we need to grow the revenue that we're earning first before we can do so. Now, what I'm about to do next is going to put even more pressure on our elementary schools and high schools, and that is by adding in more residents. So let's start, and you can see where the pollution currently is. We're going to start with the low rent housing, and we're going to place one there and one there. So that will then spend our high density demand. Medium density, I'm actually going to put just here. And that's how we kind of going to stagger the skyline in many ways. And I'll do it just there as well. So that is, we're going quite big with the buildings here, which will be a lot of capacity for residential. A lot of capacity, which we probably need to think about, you know, calming down slightly on that. Now, the low density, which I'm going to put here, here, and here to begin with. And I'm going to probably zone it just to there. And to see how that gets on a little bit as well. So lots of residential zoning now being spent. Okay. Lots of it. Which is going to increase my unemployment. Now, our unemployment rate is 32%. We did really well in the last episode in trying to bring that down. But I'm hoping with educating more people and getting them a better education, it will fill the open job spots without me having to place in more job spots. So we'll just see how it goes. I just have a feeling, though, maybe the buses are going to be a little bit overloaded at some point with the amount of people that need to kind of go back and forth. Or I just bring more car parks over from the ferry area and then have more public, or no, sorry, not public, passenger, pedestrian transport, personal vehicles. That's the better way to look at it, isn't it? Yeah. So, are we going to be earning enough cash is the question. Well, with the new influx of people that are going to move to the island, we'll definitely start selling more on the tickets. So this shipping line, we're now going to charge, let's say, $30 for people to move in. Now, we could do with some more car parks. So let's see what I can kind of quickly steal from over here. We'll grab this medium one, because that'll bring 60 vehicles over. And let's see. Now, oh, somebody gave me a great idea. A absolutely fantastic idea. Oh, hold on, where does this go? Okay, I can't place that there because of the size of it. But that's okay. We're going to squeeze this just there. Somebody gave me a fantastic idea about turning the car parks off. So if I got this and then just turned it off, that will mean these cars need to be evacuated. Then I can then send that back over there, fill it up, and then bring it back over. Let me see how true that is if it does evacuate all the vehicles. If that works, that is a fantastic idea right now I can do to get more vehicles over here. Absolutely glorious idea. So, now let's check the stats then. So when it comes to education, which is... Have I just scrolled past education? There we go. You can see what's going on right now. So the uneducated citizens is now going slightly downhill, and we should see a little bit more of a drop-off. The poorly educated, which is our first level of education, is now going up, as we're now getting more people educated with the additional buildings. Now, that high school that we did add in, not filled up yet, so there's no need to do anything with that one. The elementary school has got enough capacity to keep going at the moment. And how are you doing? So we might start seeing it having less people going to these ones because we move them away elsewhere. But even that elementary school right now is absolutely cram-packed with students. So give that some time and we'll see if it is true. We'll see if it is true. Right, do I need to up the price of this car park, by the way? I do. I've got to increase the parking fees. But at least people can grab their vehicles from over here, which is great. That one's been increased, right? No. Whoops-a-daisy. Increase you. Increase you. And let them buildings just keep on building. This is fantastic. Right, this is really good. So I'm kind of happy with this right now. So, money is creeping back in again, which is really good. We do need to kind of like increase our exports going out as well. So these are the two ideas that we now have. Either save up until we can get a college, which there's only one college we can pretty much pick from, which is this one. 750,000 big ones is what we're going to need. Or, right, or we could spend some money on zoning some more of the oil industry to increase the amount of exports we're going to be having going out. Now, obviously, that is a better idea, but I need to buy more areas. Now, this will cost me 113,000 big ones, but could we make that back in exports pretty quick? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to purchase it and extend our road. So it's a 4-lane road. Eventually, when we have more of these areas unlocked, I'll probably revamp this whole oil industry area and have a better layout and a better structure to what's ultimately going on. But for now, we're just going to loosely place it down for the sake of getting it in and oil being sucked up and money being ultimately made. So if I bring you down to about there, push you all the way up to here, to there. Down, down. Bam, bam, bam. Do the same again. So we're going to get 2 pretty decent sized oil industries out of this area. So you got to hope that they are now going to make me a lot more money. So they start off nice and small. 19 people there, 16 people in this one. But as they grow and expand, they eventually start... I mean, I wouldn't say they start getting more people, but the exports start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So in terms of taxation, you can see the taxation on the oil, which is crude oil here. It's 71,000. Now, a lot of it gets sent off to other areas to be produced into higher value product like petrochemicals and plastics and stuff like that. So it all gets pushed along up the chain to producing higher value goods. So that money I've spent, I've now ultimately almost got it all back. But I think we should start saving it a little bit right now to hopefully getting a few more pennies in the bank. Now, is the cruise ship bringing more people over? Oh, that's the cargo ship about to import... Wait, it's about to import plastics when we can hopefully produce them on the island? Unless... No, sorry. No. Pause. Sorry. That's actually exporting goods. We're exporting timber and how are we exporting timber? We're not producing timber right now. Right, there's 600 people getting on the ship over here, which is pretty sweet to see. And have they evacuated the building yet of these cars? I'm not sure how long it takes. It's a case of everybody has to get over here to get their vehicle. So that is like the next issue, the next step that we got to try and sort out. So now we're getting some slightly taller buildings on the island. Those signature buildings right now, where do they come into play? So we've got the capacitor building. The marvelous what? The marvelous marble. All right, I'm going to put that just down the side here. It's behind the school. It kind of fits it within the theme and all that. That's actually pretty cool. It's a commercial building, which I'm not sure if it provides jobs or whatnot. I couldn't tell you. The square building, the food station, the streamlined diner. Now, I think it would be kind of cool to implement the streamlined diner around here. Imagine a little diner over here for the little kind of officey hub area. Because to me, like a diner is what you kind of stop at on a long journey. I would consider between these two areas here, this is the long journey in the middle they've got to take. So maybe they could stop off at the diner. And because we have so many passengers here, stopping off at the bus stops, a nice little diner there. And then I could build a little food station area just there. So they've got 2 variations of ability to grab food in the middle of their stop. There's a lot of people waiting here though, isn't there? There's 213. So like I said before, you're just kind of hoping that they are eventually getting through the backlog of passengers waiting. I could also add more bus stops here to kind of spread out the amount of people. So, bus stop, put one there, put one there. You go there. Oh no, hold on, sorry. Was there only one bus on this route in general anyway? Ah, they was. Okay, I didn't need to move that one then, put that one back. We'll just stagger this one. So I'm going to get rid of that one. There we go. There we go, boys. So I've just seen it work there, but does it actually work here with multiple buses coming down? So there's a green and a blue bus now on the way down. Oh, okay. The green bus turns. Actually, the green bus turns? Oh, wait. Oh, because it goes round there first. Of course it does. I was kind of hoping seeing 2 buses stagger a stop. We still might, yeah. We still might see them. Yeah, there's a bus there. So that comes in hot and heavy and picks up. Ah, oh, there's a red... I forgot about the red bus. So we just actually seen it work. I actually did forget about the red bus. So, do I put another one in the middle? See, if I knew about the red bus to begin with, or, you know, had a brain cell in my head, I would have spaced them out a little bit better. So we can have 3 buses all stopping at once. Unloading and loading, and off they go. Yeah, it works out great, that does. It does work out great. Hold on. Do we have a red bus coming this way? So the red bus... No, the red bus goes around there, doesn't it? And back out that way? No. Okay, so that's all I had to do. It's just a way in which we can kind of spread the capacity of the buses out. Now, there's a lot of people waiting here, so I feel like that blue line is going to need 2 more buses. Just to get through the huge back... Oh my... No way! I haven't even added much more in, and we're now at full power capacity. Right, I'm going to see if I can... Electricity right now. We are earning quite a bit through fees. So if I spend that fee money to increase it by 10%, we now got a little bit more in without having to build another wind turbine. I don't see them taking their vehicles out of here, do you guys? I really don't. So 2 additional buses then was an extra 160 capacity on every loop going around. Doesn't feel like much, but it will make a huge amount of difference, especially when all the buses coming at once. That's one way to clear the backlog. Did it pick up 80 people? It did. That's definitely one way to clear the backlog right there. That's kind of funny, isn't it? It is kind of funny. You have to laugh. You have to laugh, boys. Right, so the high school, getting more students. That's doing pretty well, and I'm going to assume there's a lot more people now waiting here, or living here. There's a lot of people being picked up over here. How many people are waiting there? Okay, we're okay there then. I think we're going to be okay. Right, so we're 2/3 of the way for having enough money right now to build the college. So we got to figure out, where do we want to build the college? I'm probably going to build it over here because this is eventually going to be a bigger built up area than this over here. So it makes a lot more sense to be over in this direction. We are getting a little bit of more industrial demand, which I might build a little bit of an industrial area here. Because we've got now a little bit more space to work with, I might create, if it all goes to plan, a bit of a industrial section. Now, this is not great. Again, this will be something that will eventually all be moved and deleted. It's just because I'm trying to save cash. But I'll get a few factories there, which would mean people would need to be transported over here. So that green route that now goes round and round is kind of going to have to technically go here as well. So I'm going to have to add another stop in just there, just for the sake of bringing them in. Actually, I've just realized my boo-boo I've made. Put that there. That there. Delete you. So they kind of don't crisscross over themselves on the line. Right. I really want to build the college. I really do want to build this college. Do we get to preview the size of the college? Okay, it's a pretty big building in reality, isn't it? It is a pretty big building. Oh, I could throw it in there, which is a perfect spacing if we got rid of that road. Okay, I've already decided where it's going to go. I've already decided where... We just need 750 big ones. That's all we need right now. That's all we need. Right, other signature buildings, and we do have some taller buildings we can now utilize for the residential side of it, which will provide a lot more residents. But do we need more residents? Now with the population increase of that area over there, what has it done to our unemployment? It has increased it by 5%. So you got to be a bit careful. Has the education levels changed? So, uneducated. Oh, it's at the lowest it's been for quite some time. If I track it over the course of 6 months, you can see that brown uneducated number, which has been slowly rising as more and more people move here, has now dropped down. We now have more well-educated people than we do uneducated people. That's great. Our highly educated goes nowhere because we have no colleges, nor do we have any universities. So with the workplace stuff then, we have got more well-educated people taking up the jobs, which is perfect. But we do need some well-educated people. Some highly educated people is what we need. And we will eventually get there. We will eventually get there. Right, power is another issue. We are going to have to invest in some alternative fuel supplements. But the issue is, I just don't have the money to do so right now. So, wind power will just keep us going for the foreseeable future. That's all it can do. At this moment in time, it's all it can do. Right, come on, boys. We need this college right now. We do need this college. What are they complaining about the most in here? So, unreliable mail service. Ah, that is true. Now, we don't have any mail capacity or facilities over in this area. We can build some little post boxes around this section, just to give us the form of capacity that we require. To make them think they've got what they need, but we need more processing capabilities. Again, everything comes down to money. But I first want to focus on education, because there's no point kind of trying to grow the island and have this high-tech industry and whatnot if I just can't fill the places and the spots with the highly educated people. I gotta make people want to live here. You know what I mean? I gotta turn it into a utopia right now. Alright, this is taking a while to get rid of all this these cars. But we could do some more car parking over here, so we're gonna see what I can swag over here right now. I might go for these little covered ones. They only hold 8 vehicles, which is not a lot. But there is like a little gap here in which you can kind of squeeze some stuff in. I could do some walkability stuff down there. That's a 2, but that's a 2 gap anyway. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I could do some actual car... Do you know what? We could do some car parking over there. Right, scrap that one. We're going to take a larger one. We'll take you, this small parking lot here. I'm going to use this for the industrial area up the top. So at least I've got some car parking over there. Right, we have a little bit of a gap here, which we can utilise to walk through. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. And we're going to throw down a little bit of commercial just here. Whatever they build is whatever they build. Fill in the little nooks and crannies, the little gaps. Right, we're about to have enough cash. Wait, was it 750 or 950? It was... it was 750. Here we go, boys. Our first little college. So that gives us a free tile space either side, so it becomes very central. Very central. Oh, I just realised it's anarchied in. I didn't realise there was car parks either side, so that there actually can't be here, can it? Not, in reality, no. Right. I'm going to build a little bit of an alley road here. And place this down over there. Oh, no, not you. The car park. There we go. A little bit of a back alley there for the residential buildings, just to throw in that. Now, I didn't realise that, which is kind of slightly annoying. And I don't know how big to make this building, because the extension wings go on there, but then we have the college library that goes on behind. So we'll kind of build a road that goes around it and have a nice little perimeter and plant down some trees and to really make it kind of flourish. So it feels like we've got green open areas within the central of this kind of almost like a city feel, isn't it? In many ways. And straight away, that fills up right now with 500 people. Which is wild, isn't it? It's crazy to think that many people instantly jump on it. Nearly 600 people right now are going to go to college. So, again, we're hoping to get those educational level numbers really increased. Right, we're going to move this now. We're going to put this back over here and then turn it on. Hopefully get a bunch of vehicles moving into it, and then we'll shoot the vehicles straight over to the island. That's the game plan anyway. That is the game plan. So, education has now come to OilTown, okay? It's now dramatically come to OilTown. We've had a rise in uneducated people, but that's because the amount of people keep moving to the island. So hopefully we'll get through this backlog of people. Now, it could be a case of the elementary schools are just completely maxed out again. As you can see, yes, they are. So we could just need to do more. How much was an elementary school? I like the city ones because they do provide the most capacity. So I might go for an additional one. So this has become a very, very educational heavy episode, hasn't it? It really has. But I'm all here for it. We need the education levels increased. Now, do I add it over here? The additional elementary school, or over here? I think with the amount of people living in this area, it will make sense. Larson Park has... Actually, we need to extend the size of Larson Park. I've just realised. I'm going to bring it down to... I'm going to bend this round. Right. I'm going to bend you to there. You're in. You're there. Bam. Bam. So that's Larson Park there. Now, that in total has 20,000 residents. And you can see from it, this is why it's good to build little regions. You can see from it who the people are, what they are, what they want. Oh, good, guys. It's starting to snow again. Here we go, guys. Next 20 episodes are in the snow. Uneducated. There's a lot of uneducated. A lot of poorly educated. So we could do with bigger and better schools. And we do have the facilities to build an additional school, so we might as well go for it. Another city elementary school. Now, I could build it here to kind of go with the style of building around, which does make a lot of sense. And it's just on the outskirts, but it's within the big metropolis of these tall, big buildings. So they should instantly jump on this. We'll already add the extension to the floor and the courtyard playground. Because they've got nearly 150 students already. Now, do any buses pass this area? The red bus route does, and it does stop there, and it does stop there. So it's in the middle. It's only a short walk, which is not the end of the world. Yeah. Oh, what happened over here? Oh, it burnt down. And you know what that means? We're going to have to start thinking about providing more city services. So when it comes to, for example, the policing, that's the only building we've got. Healthcare, that's the only building there we've got. Now, do you see how this stuff is becoming a lot more expensive? It's crazy how expensive it's becoming. Now, the oil industry here, before I built these two buildings, we were exporting, or taxing, I should say. We were taxing $71,000 worth of crude oil. It's now 75. Only additional 4,000 more, but don't get it twisted. We have built more buildings here that will require crude oil. So they're taking it away. So it's being exported or taxed on petrochemicals rather than crude oil. So it's helped us, but it's also hindering us. We are exporting concrete as we speak. I'm loving it. We're doing such a great job. We're making such great progress right now. But we are at the stage where what we want to do is very expensive. Now, the facility's already full. Now, the trick was to replace the building, right? That was the trick. And then we've got an empty facility. Whoever told me about that, I absolutely love you. But we need to set up a way in which we can kind of recycle and also incinerate as well. Now, we are earning money, okay? We are earning money, but the issue that we currently have right now is I want to expand quicker than the money we're earning. So we need to spend an episode, potentially next episode, basically investing in ways in which we make cash so we can make cash quicker so I can then pay for the stuff that I want to upgrade and expand. Now, we need to invest more in city services. We need to invest more into our power struggles. And we also need to invest into our garbage issues as well. All those things require a lot of cash. So I need to make a lot of cash. Okay? We need to make a lot of cash. Oh, my goodness me. But we're back in the snow, boys. The snow has returned. Another year has passed. And we are doing gloriously with the cash. Gloriously. Spreading out those bus stops on the same area there was a great idea. It doesn't overload them as much and enables the buses to load and unload a lot quicker. We have huge queues right now. Holy moly. And this is mainly... Is it down to the blue buses again? Right, we've got to figure out right now alternative ways to move all these passengers on the blue line to where they need to go. They're mainly going straight down to this area. So again, we might need to invest more into public transport. And it's not as simple as adding more buses to the line. I think I've already now maxed out that blue line, right? So that blue line is this one here. I can't add any more buses to it. I could increase the ticket price to kind of, you know, hinder some people from being able to use it. But ultimately, I don't know if that's doing much. And of course, when it comes to public transport, you can see the fees in which we're now earning, which have just dramatically dropped. It all depends on when you're selling a ticket. That's what it all depends on. But yeah, there's a lot of people waiting there, isn't there? Now, I'm 90% sure it is the blue route. But at the same time, the green route looks like it could use an additional bus. Alright, let's have the ticket price right now. It's supply and demand, and right now there's a lot of demand. Right now there is a lot of demand. So those blue buses are coming in, but we can't load and unload them quick enough. I'd like to know why all of a sudden we've got this huge queue. Was there a brief period of no buses coming in, which has led up to this? I'm not too sure. But yeah, we completely understand why. It is the only form of public transport to this area. I mean, next question is trains too ridiculous? I don't know. Is trams too ridiculous? I don't think so. A subway system? You know, all this stuff, we have to seriously start thinking about. Because if the public transport is going to start becoming a little bit of an issue, then obviously we have that demand. This is the trickier side. This is the side of not having enough passenger vehicles and the fact that we don't have passenger vehicles in here. This is the side of it. Public transport will get used a whole lot more. Now, this car park over here is now filled to the brim. So if I instantly move it over to try and, you know, get some public vehicles over here, turn that building off. So they're then forced to pick their vehicles up and then get them out of the car park. Like I said, it does add more vehicles to the island. But not having the vehicles does mean that they are going to use public transport a whole lot more. This is wild. Honestly, we've got so many people waiting here for the blue route. We might need to think about trams or even a subway system. Oh my goodness me, I didn't think it would be that soon, boys. But it's all part of the fun. It is all part of the fun. Or maybe we just try and make our bus system a lot more efficient. Maybe that is the way in which we kind of go about it. Guys, we're going to end it for here anyway. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I won't say solve the education crisis, but we've definitely made some strides right now to make it, or make people a lot more smarter. The poorly educated numbers have shot up, and so is the educated. But what we need to do first and foremost is get those well-educated numbers up before we can start doing the highly educated. And you can see from the well-educated right now, it's been on a nice little plateau, then vroom, it's going straight up, while also bringing the uneducated numbers down. Because we do have a lot of job availability for well-educated, which we're now slowly filling that. And if I can take somebody from poorly educated or educated to well-educated, not only do they fill the well-educated job, but it then opens up a position for the poorly and educated jobs for someone who doesn't have a job to then step in. And hopefully we can then push them all the way up to highly educated. But that is a bigger task than it looks. Easier said than done. But I've already completely maxed out right now the amount of people in our college. So an extension wing being built, bam, straight in. And it's the only college you can get. There's no like city college or anything like that to increase the numbers. So you just got to do what you can do. Until next time, boys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.